I know what you're thinking, Chad, that sounds sexy. Well, that's because it is. Anybody ever see this booklet? You might have seen it in any of our webinars. If you can just put your hand up for me, just so I can see that. Some of you guys, okay, half the room, right? The Legendary Booklet, yeah. So if you guys see, this booklet is dated April 27, 2015. That's when this booklet was printed. So it's 5 years ago, right? So 5 years ago, I was literally pretty much nowhere. I didn't have any employees, because when I printed this booklet, I was by myself. And my first thought was, okay, I found this cool reporting tool, which everybody knows what Insta Reports is, right? You guys, for the most part, cool. So it's pretty much similar to Insta Reports, but Insta Reports is 10 times better. But we're not going to get there now. It was a similar tool to Insta Reports, right? So what I used to do, my whole strategy was, and this is something that you guys can literally do right now. You don't need any money invested. You don't need any cash flow. You're not running any ads. For those of you guys who are like, I don't have any money, well, cool, that's completely fine, because I didn't have any money when I printed this fucking booklet. This was probably like the last 20 bucks I spent on lamination, okay? I'm dead serious. Like, I was in my parents' house, I just quit college, and this is what I was decided to do. So this was my future, it was this booklet. And my mom looked at me and she's like, okay, are you sure you know what you're doing? Are you sure that you want to do this? And then it was like for probably the first couple of years before I even made money, because before I even printed this booklet, I was doing printing. I was actually the guy who was doing the designs and then selling printing, right? Selling business cards and brochures and all that stuff. And you definitely don't want to get into that business, because I didn't make any money for like 5 years, right? And we'll go more into my story throughout the day. But one thing that you guys should know is this booklet is super, super important. This is basically what got me started as social agency. With this booklet, I probably sold over $500,000 in digital marketing services with this 20-page little booklet. It's pretty crazy, right? Yeah.
Where can we get one of those?
So, good question. Yeah. So, the easiest thing that you guys can do right now, let me whip open this.
Is it like a general format where you can just show different businesses, not based on one specific business?
Yeah, so the best thing that you can do, and I'll walk you through how I use this booklet, but if you go into your account, you go to Agency Tools, and you go to Insta Reports, you can just click View Sample Report. It'll open in a new tab, and all you want to do is just click Print.
So it's the exact same thing? Like
This is not. This is our tool. This was from 2015, which is a different tool. This tool's way better. Yeah. So all you want to do is, the concept is nobody reads this booklet. This is just, that's a strategy, and I'm going to go through that with you guys. The strategy was, this is just something that I held in my hand so I can do this. And then this. This, actually, I don't even know if I've ever really flipped through this booklet. Like, this could have been a porn magazine with just this. And I could have been like, right? That's all I did, right? And I'm going to walk you through that process, because it sounds so stupid, but it's so simple and it actually works, right? And these are a lot of the things that we're going to teach you today. It's stuff that you can actually go out and do with not having any capital at all. You can go out and do this stuff right now and start making a shit ton of money, okay? So the first thing that we did was, and this is how you can do it, go in here, go to Insta Reports, click Print, print it out. If you want to be that lazy person and not laminate it and just staple it and bring it, totally cool too. The reason why I would recommend that you laminate it is so you can do things like this, and it doesn't, like, it's not creased up on your next walk-in, okay? So I used to take this booklet, I used to get in my car, I used to park in a plaza, and I used to start walking into every single business, okay? Those businesses, I wasn't walking into McDonald's, or for those of you from Canada, I was not walking into Tim Hortons, or I was not walking into like Little Caesars or Papa John's. I was walking into the local mom and pop places, right? Local salons, local little mom and pop restaurants, attorney offices, med spas, anything I can find. It was in plazas, and then it was also in office buildings, right? So all I would do is literally take this booklet, and my goal was one thing. It was to not make a sale. And you're probably like, Chad, why the hell am I at DashDay if you're not going to teach me how to make sales? Because most people actually, the first thing that they want to do is make a sale, and then their whole intention is to, like, all right, I'm going to close this guy right now on the phone. Like, how many times have you guys went in, well, I'm not going to use that one. How many times have you guys went into a place and like, you set like the highest expectation, you go from 0 to 100, you're like, I'm going to get to 100 right now. And it's and it doesn't happen, and then you're like, shit, like, this sucks, it didn't work, right? And then you just quit, right? So for me, I decided to do it as a process. And that process is literally what changed my life. The process was super simple. I used to take this booklet, I used to walk in to an actual place, okay? And you say, hey, my name is Chad, and I was local, okay? I used to like literally walk downstairs in plazas. I used to say, hey, my name is Chad. I'm the owner of social agency. My office is right down the street. My office is my parents' house, okay? My office is right down the street. And I'm just going through the community here and through the plaza, and we're providing businesses with this complimentary business report. That's when I did this thing. It looks just like this. This is what it looks like, and sometimes I'll even do this real quick, and it looks just like this. It's like a 20-page report, and you see it's even spiral binded, so there's a lot of pages in here, right? So like that's all you need, guys. I promise you, just print this report out, okay? Because what happens is when somebody physically sees something, it makes sense to them. It triggers something in their brain, like some type of dopamine, where it's like, oh, this is like a real thing, right? Because if you just imagine if I didn't walk in, I'm like, hey, I want to schedule a report for you. Your first thing is like, what the fuck is this guy? A report for what? Like, is this like an IRS coming? Like, what is happening here, right? So it's like, no, like it's a 20-page marketing report. It looks just like this, and what I want to do is it's totally complimentary. It's going to take me a couple of hours to run on my time, but I actually don't need anything from you. I know you're super busy. I was just wondering if it's okay if I take one of those business cards, and I'll just run a report for you, and then we can chat maybe tomorrow. That's it. So all I'm doing is I'm going into the business. What's the one thing that business owners really hate? Solicitation, right? They hate when people solicit. They hate when people waste their time because they're busy. They're sitting there running their business. And then on the flip side, what do they love? Free shit. Everybody loves free shit, right? So those are like the three things that I like hit on the most. I was like, I'm going to come in. I'm not going to waste any of your time. I'm just going to take this little business card and I'll be on my way. But I just want you to remember me. That's all I want. And remember this, okay? Because what I would do is I would literally go home and I would make sure that the business card. Now guys, what's on a business card?
Email, phone.
It's got everything you need. Okay? All you really need is if it doesn't have their name, I used to just flip the card over. I used to just write their name on it, on the back of the card or somewhere on the card or whatever, on a notepad or whatever it is. I used to write their name down, okay? I used to take all the business cards home at the end of the day. I used to pick up probably about 10 or 15 business cards a day. I used to go home, I used to take all those business cards, I used to go into this reporting tool, which is now pretty much Insights, okay? And all I used to do, Builder, okay? Go into Builder. You should just fill it out. It used to take me maybe like a minute or two. This will take you 10 seconds because now you have like the whole Google API finder, right? So within like 2 minutes or whatever, I had a whole report built out. And I used to just take all the business cards. I used to run all the reports. And then the next day, I would call all those people. Say, hey, it's Chad. Remember me? I walked into this is Arnold. Hey, Arnold, what's going on? Remember me? I walked in. I was the guy with the booklet with running the free report. I actually ran the report for you. And what I found was crazy. I was wondering if you have a couple minutes to go over it with me. I just want to go over it with you. And guys, what do you think the report's going to do? It's going to show them like everything that's wrong with their business. Everything. It's going to show them all their listings that are incorrect. It's going to show them bad reviews and shit that they have. Did you know that Jimbo left a shit review on your account? You probably didn't know that, but he did. This is Jimbo Q, right? He left a really bad review.
Fuck Jimbo.
So like when the thing that business owners don't understand, most business owners, is they're online, right? These guys are not web designers, they're not marketers, they're maybe a plumber, they're the owner of a pizza shop, or they're an attorney, or they're a medical spa owner. They don't really get this stuff like we get it, okay guys? So when you start pointing stuff out like this, what happens is they have aha moments, right? They're like, holy shit, I didn't know Jimbo left that review. No, thank you for letting me know. Or I didn't know that 40% of my listings have inaccurate information, and I didn't know that my old address was on 14 of my listings, or I didn't know that my old receptionist phone number was on half my listings. She doesn't even work here anymore. I didn't know any of these things. Thank you for pointing them out, right? What's one word that can describe this whole scenario? Can you guys just start screaming shit out?
Initiative.
Close.
Hustle.
Who said hustle? Right there. Bang. One thing that you guys are going to learn throughout this whole day is anything that we teach you, if you don't go out and do it, it's not going to work. Okay? This worked. I sold over $500,000 with a fucking booklet from Office Depot, which cost me 20 bucks. Zero money, maybe some gas. But that's it. That's all I did. It was just this and me. And I did that. And what I did was I did it for 3 months. and then I replace myself, okay? And I'll tell you guys a story. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to ask a quick question.
Sure.
So, I used this strategy too. What I did, I made this flyer, and it was for like a logo, and for a very discounted price, and I tied it to like a local charity. And I told them everything we're gonna make here is gonna go to this charity, and I wasn't gonna do any of the work. I was gonna automate it to like a logo company to make the logo, and I wasn't losing any money or anything. So
Were you charged? They had to pay for it though, right?
Yeah, they had to pay for it.
That's why. Did it work?
It didn't work because I never followed up.
Okay.
So.
Well, 2 reasons why it probably didn't work. One is you walked in there trying to sell them something. People don't like that, man. Imagine if I walked up to you right now and I'm like, hey, you got to check this out. Look at this crazy, like, you got to check this out. This is a microphone with a bag. Just give me $500 for it. You look like a drug dealer or something, right? It's like, hey, like what? And then if I walked up, yeah, if I walked up to you, I was like, hey, I don't need anything from you. I'm just going to grab this business card. I just want your yes. I just want you to put your hand up really quick to let me know if it's okay if I just run this business report for you. It's going to take me time. And I will follow up with you, and maybe at the end of the report, I'm going to show you some things about your business that you didn't know. And if you want, I mean, my office is right down the street. And we can help you with some stuff, or you can just go on your way and maybe give it to your marketing manager or whatever it is that you want to do. No hard feelings, right? But the report, you got to see the report. It's going to change the way that you run your business online, right? So for you to be able to make, it's all about decision making when you're talking about sales. So anything that you're doing in sales, if that doesn't register for that person in that split second, the whole point of doing anything, especially on the cold side, right? There's cold audiences, there's warm audiences, there's hot. This is cold. A lot of the stuff that you guys are going to be doing is going to be cold stuff. You're not going to your friends and trying to sell them shit, right? What are you doing? You're trying to go to random people that you've never met before, and you're trying to go out and you're trying to sell them stuff, right? So the way to do it is you have to actually do it in phases, okay? So go out and give them something for free of value. Prove to them that there's actually shit wrong with their business. Guide them on how to actually, hey, you don't need SEO, okay? You got an A for SEO. You're freaking killing it in SEO. But your listings and your PPC campaigns are horrible. That's what's going to help you leverage your business. And what's going to happen there is you're also expanding the lifetime of your client because you're not pushing them into shit that they don't need, right? You're showing them exactly what's wrong with their business, and then you're selling them on the stuff that actually is going to fix their problems, is going to cause immediate like check marks in their brain like, wow, this guy freaking walked into my business, had the balls to walk into my business, take a freaking business card, even though he's not going to use it, right? Now things might change because not a lot of people use business cards anymore, FYI. But good thing about that is because at DashClicks we know that, all you got to do is just type in their business name and hit enter, and we'll get all that information for you, right? So we got about 5 more minutes on this. So guys, like the most important thing that I want you guys to know, and this is like probably one of the easiest things that we're going to teach you today. We're going to start off small and then we're going to get into more of the advanced shit. But did anything that I say to you for the last 23 minutes click for you? Was there one thing that maybe clicked for you? Where it's not even like, it's not the process of, let me go print this out and do it. It's the strategy and understanding the sales process of how to get somebody to just give you a little yes. All it is, and in sales psychology and anything that we do, is it's just a little, let me creep up, okay, he's getting closer, right? You're just pulling them in slowly. Yes, yes, yes. And how do you get all those yeses? Well, the first yes with this was, take your business card, I'm gonna run this free report for you. Yes. Hey, Bobby, this was Chad. I was the guy who came in. I ran the report for you. I just want to go over with you. Do you have like a quick 20 minutes where I can just share my screen? I'm gonna send you a quick link. You fire off a Zoom link or something. Let's go over this report together. Yes. Get your second yes. Oh, all this shit is messed up with your business, okay? You can see everything that's wrong with your business. Do you need any maybe help fixing that? Because I can help you. I offer some services to help you fix that stuff. Yes, you start getting these slow little yeses. What I recommend you do, and we're going to go into that a little bit later on, is the value ladder. Is get small yeses first. If you get small wins first, then you can escalate up, and then you can get the larger wins, which is the larger yeses, which is the 3K contracts, the 5K contracts, right? But if you can just go out and get the smaller yeses, there's so much. Guys, put your hand up really quick. We're gonna do a little. I didn't even say anything. I didn't even say anything.
Put your hand up real quick.
Well, I said, put your hand up really quick if you agree. You didn't even let me see. I'm teaching you guys well. You guys are engaged, okay? Let's just say that. I didn't even say anything. These guys are like, oh, I gotta get one of those little echo dots. Guys, put social experiment. I'm a complete stranger. How much easier is it for me to get $100 from you than $1,000? If it's $100, put your right hand up. If it's $1,000, put your left hand up. How much easier is it if I can just ask you for $100? Right hand up. This is awkward because I'm flipped and I don't know what's...
I don't get the question.
This is
All right, I'm asking again, maybe in a different way. I'm a complete stranger.
Yeah.
You don't know who the hell I am. How much easier is it for me to ask you to pay me $100? Or is it for me to ask you to pay me $1,000? So you're either going to give me $1,000 or $100. Put your right hand up if it's a lot easier. You're going to have to give me one or the other, okay? Put your right hand up if it's a lot easier for you to give me $100 than it is $1,000.
So are you asking, is it easier to ask for it? Or
Is it easier to
for
get?
them to get? Okay.
Yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is, fuck this social experiment. Guys, it's a lot easier for you guys to give me $100 than $1,000, okay?
It's easier for me to ask
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense, right? So instead of going out and hitting these big contracts where it's like, bang, here's $6K for 12 months. It's like, dude, we just fucking got off the phone like 2 minutes ago. You just cold called me. I don't even know your name. And you're already docu-signing me a fucking $60,000 contract. Like, is this really about to go down? This is how it's going to be our whole relationship? Like, think about that, guys. That's like really important, right?
Yeah.
So if you just take the biggest thing that you're going to learn today, and write this down, I promise you guys it changed my life, okay, is get the mini wins first, and then go up the value ladder. All the big guys in the industry, Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels, Ryan Dice from Digital Marketer, all of these big guys who have very successful companies, what do they talk about? This whole, everybody ever know what a value ladder is? You heard of it? Yeah. Right? Where you're slowly escalating people up. You get them to buy something small, easy win, right? They sell you, like Russell Brunson will go out and they'll sell you like a free plus shipping offer, $7. You buy his book for $7, you read the book, you're like, fuck, this is crazy. I'm gonna go out and get ClickFunnels. And he sells you on $97 or $297, right? And then you go up from there and you get in his inner circle for like $400,000 or some crazy shit, right? It's because you slowly took yeses and you went on the journey with him. And it's easier to do that than getting somebody to the end of the journey first. Anything that wasn't franchised or corporate that I can get a yes from quickly. Mom and pop shops. Like I said, I wasn't walking into Burger King or Subways. Those are all franchises. They're not going to want you. They have their own companies doing their marketing and shit like that. I was walking into like Luigi's Pizza, where it's like the fucking guys making spaghetti right there. Like Luigi's right there fucking elbowing pizza, right? And it's like, bang. It's like, can I run this quick business report? Those are the types of businesses that I was going into. Also, if you walk into office buildings like this, tons of businesses. Laser hair spa, you got attorneys, you got Allstate agents, you got, like, there's tons of people in here. And if you go into, like, I don't know, depending on where you guys live, like, we're in South Florida, dude, there's buildings with, like, 50 fucking thousand offices, like, crazy shit, where you can be in that building for, like, 4 months. You don't even have to go home, just get a room there, and just sleep there, and just start hitting every floor, right? But that's what I used to do. I used to go into these buildings.
Have you ever walked into one of those big buildings?
100%. I used to do plazas and buildings. Those are my two things that I used to do.
Did you do this one yet?
He owns the company.
I actually think we did. I think we did hit a couple of people. Tommy's like, yeah, we hit a couple of those guys. Yeah, the place, the cafe downstairs is one of our customers, and they came to us. Just throwing that out there. They came to us.